Alright, so in my last video I spoke about how Woods is one of the best maps for the early wipe, and today I'll show you why. I'll show you the best places to loot on Woods in a quick little guide, and I've been running this map since basically the start of the wipe, especially on every scav, and this made me millions. So first off, Woods has basically everything you want for an early wipe. You have a lot of hideout spawns, you have a lot of weapon spawns, attachment spawns, medical spawns, ammunition spawns, and even valuables, and I'm just gonna show you guys straight in a bit of gameplay where exactly you can find those places. First off, if you enjoy or find this video helpful, then please drop a like, it would mean a lot to me, and let's go. So, I will have gameplay in the background of me looting on Woods, and I want to show you with the map on the side here where I go and head to and how to move around Woods without getting lost, because that's basically the biggest complaint about Woods. I will show you a few tips and tricks on how to orientate across the map and with the landscape, and how to basically navigate on Woods with no issues whatsoever. Alright, so my first raid, I spawned to the northwest side of the map, next to the camp where you have to go for Prepper's Quest, and I just make my way straight to the camp. As I go there, I start looting. I realize the med table hasn't even been touched yet. I find a sausage immediately and some other helpful stuff, and I just start looting. Alright, so after I've been done looting this place, I already decide this is way more than enough. I decide to leave. I check my extract and I see I have Eastern Rock. Literally right before extract, I do spot a player, and I managed to take him down and take his gear as a reward. I already had so much good loot, and I just managed to kill this guy and get his gear, and I go out the raid, make at least 1,000,000 rubles. I'm obviously not going to be able to sell the ammunition on the flea, but it's just worth millions of rubles, which I just got. Alright, before we head on to the second raid, I kind of just want to take time to explain how I orientate Woods, because there's a few things you can follow. So, Woods is actually quite a small map if you think about it, and if you have it open on your second monitor, it is just very easy to get lost in and misunderstand the map entirely. I did that for the majority of my playtime, and Woods is actually pretty simple. So you have basically 5 major spots. You have the sawmill, then you have the village, you have the med station, and then you have, in my opinion, basically the entire west side on the map, which is just basically empty space. But one easy way to already get around most of the things is just to follow the road. I know this is scary, but if you really have no clue where you are, the roads will basically lead you anywhere you need to go. If you follow along the roads, you will eventually find Sawmill, you will eventually find the village, you will eventually find the mountain, you will eventually find the sunken village, so you will be able to orientate on the streets. Then another thing is mountain. You can see the mountain basically anywhere on the map, unless you're in a very deep forest area, but even then you will be able to see the mountain and orientate yourself on it, since the mountain is basically the middle of the map. If you're in the middle of the map, you can go up the mountain and look around where you are, where stuff around you is. Be careful though, people look at that mountain because of sniper scavs and campers, and if you are getting the drill of it, you will also be able to use that mountain to be able to tell in which direction what location is. By the way, if you want to check out the map for yourself, I'm using Map Genie. I will link this in the description for you guys so you can check out the map yourself. Personally, I use this website to learn the entire game because the maps are just so massive sometimes and you have little to no clue on how to learn the maps on your own. So I'm gonna link this down below. Alright, so on this next raid we spawn in the south side of the map, so basically across the entire map from the last spawn, which is really good to just cover up like a lot of woods to just show how many places woods has, which are interesting to loot at. So I spawn in the south, I see I'm close to the med camp and I'm just gonna go there. And even though it already has been looted, I'm still able to manage to find some scrap, which is actually worth quite a lot. And this is just another proof of like, always loot. Even if it has been looted, you will most likely find something that hasn't been looted. Alright, so this time I'm actually going to the mountain not just to orientate myself on the mountain, but also actually to loot the mountain, because not many people know you can actually climb on top of the mountain and get to where the sniper scav is. And if you manage to go this path, which you can see here in the gameplay, you will be finding a little bunker. And in this bunker you can find some valuables. Just down here I find a cat, but it's worth to check the rubbish down there because there can be bitcoins or little loot items like rollers or pro kills everywhere in the rubbish. Besides that, I go to the little bed, which is basically on the other side of the bunker. There can be some good ammunition and also there can be valuables spawning just on the bed or on top of the box. Alright, so I make my way down and go along the mountain more to the east side and then up to the north, because there's actually a few crates spawning up there. And I just make my way across on that mountain, and after I find a tool set, which is currently worth like 300,000 rubles, I decided to call it a day and walk again to Eastern Rocks. Alright, and while we're going there, there's a few spots I have not shown yet. I've been checking basically the well-known spots. I've been showing the med camp and the military camp to the north. Those are pretty well-known spots, but there's a few little hidden gems, like the mountain, which I've already shown. I have not seen a lot of people up there. There is a few little gems which I can just recommend. We have the sunken village to the upper north side of the map. Many people just cross it, but if you actually look what's spawning in the houses, you would be surprised. There can be ammunition in the houses and food items like iskras and noodles. And then we have the village, also a very known spot, but I'm just referring more to the south part of the village because there's a little, if you look at the map, you will see a little connected dot on the map, which has, I think, 3 shacks. And in those 3 shacks, there's like 6 crates in total. And again, you would be surprised how many people just straight up pass that spot. And then the last place we have is the sawmill. By far the most known place on woods. I don't really recommend going there unless you spawn there or go close by, or you know absolutely no one is on the map anymore, because it's a very hot spot. It's Stürmen's spawn area, and I got to be honest, it's actually kind of a more disappointing place to loot. It's not really that worth, and I can just say the rest to the entire west side of the map. There's just so much more concentrated and easy to get loot, which is avoided by PMCs for some reason, and that would be basically it. Again, I will link the map down in the description for you guys to check out and maybe learn with it, and just to show how safe woods can be, just to prove a point, because I claimed woods to be a very safe map for the beginning. I actually managed to break my leg somehow, once in a scav raid, and walked from one map site to the other, and I just want to show how safe woods is. So here's like a little very speedy montage of me running through the entire map, and yeah, I hope this little guide could help you. I personally made around like 10 million so far, just on woods mostly. I hope I could help you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.